Igbo Area TV on the Igbo.
Bakassi Boys returned to Southeast. Years after their disbandment, the Bakassi Boys, a vigilante group in Southeast, have returned to some parts of Awka Anambra State capital. They were seen in 2 vans singing and warning criminals. However, it could not be confirmed who invited the dreaded vigilante group, report says. When contacted, the police public relations officer in the state, Ikenga Tochukwu, said he was not aware of the development, though will make inquiries about it. He was then asked whether the police would be ready with such arrangement. The PPRO said that they are ready to work with any stakeholder in security. But the source said the Bakassi Boys came mainly for alleged cult groups which have taken over Awka town in recent times without any response from the police. Meanwhile, the Bakassi Boys are usually armed with machetes and guns and an array of black magic artifacts worn around their body. They have been accused of extrajudicial killings, and their targets are suspected petty thieves, armed robbers, ritual killers, murderers, corrupt persons, and generally anyone considered evil. Ndio sociable. I admire the North. They will never take what Buhari is doing from a South president that is coming from Reno Omokri. The activist who was once Jonathan's spokesman disclosed the distinction between the people populating the north and the south of the country. Northerners are action people as opposed to Southerners, according to Reno Omokri. He said he admires them so much for their determination to get what they want. Omokri, however, disclosed that if the president comes from the northern Nigeria, Northerners will not accept what the President Buhari is doing to the southern Nigerians. He explained that if it were a southerner, the president would either be a gunner or a crook. He made it known that one thing he liked about the northern Nigeria is that if it's done to them by a South president, like Jonathan, they won't even ever take what the Buhari is doing now. In the meantime, such a president will be a hook or a crook, he added. What do you think about Reno Omokri's claim? The Northerners are the action people who will spend all their time getting what they desire in their doggedness. Restructuring. Nigeria should have 6 vice presidents. That is according to Governor Umahi. Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State, according to a report, has said that Nigeria needs to be restructured in a way that each geopolitical zone will produce its own vice president. Umahi stated this while he appeared on Channels TV on Monday, adding that the adoption of 6 vice presidents will quell the rising tension in the country. Each region 1 vice president, while there is a central president. The governor was asked about his opinion on the lingering debate on restructuring, and he opined that more powers should go to the states, owing to the fact that he has a different view about this restructuring thing. And of course, I say, he made it known that his position about restructuring is that having certain valid suggestions that have been made, which is to have 6 vice presidents in the country, where each one will come from one of the geopolitical zones, will bring down tension, which is very important. He therefore recommended an administrative restructuring, which is making subnational governments to be strengthened, devolving power and responsibility to subnational governments, abolishing the local governments. Umahi, top gear. Being that many Nigerians believe that restructuring will play a huge role in solving the nation's numerous challenges, ranging from security, tribal conflicts, and the economy. The call for restructuring of Nigeria has, however, become very loud in the current administration, as some sections of the country feel they are being marginalized. Umahi noted that the National Assembly is currently in the process of reviewing the 1999 constitutional, but some experts feel the move will not bring the needed solution to Nigeria's problem, calling for a totally new constitution. That is the thing. So, speaking further, Umahi said the Ebonyi governor claimed that the President Muhammadu Buhari-led government has done more projects in Southeast than the People's Democratic Party achieved in its 16 years in power. Well, what about the harm he has done to the region? Anyway, Governor Umahi was elected twice as governor under PDP umbrella, but dumped the party recently for the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. Nyabo ashawo doesn't moving, marrying two husbands, living what the first husband that met him, just like Russians, and swishing. He also blamed the former party for the rising insecurity in Nigeria, saying it's a seed planted by the former ruling party. He pointed that insecurity that they have used against APC is a seed that was sown in 16 years of PDP administration, and so it started germinating, bearing fruit at the time they were still in power, adding that PDP introduced hardship that Buhari administration is doing everything to address. Where is my hammer? Where is my hammer? Umahi, do I see? Manage this Keke, I promise you, when I was toasting you. A rich Igbo man surprises wife on birthday. There are some good acts people do that trend on social media very well. Such was the act of Maxman Chinedu Ijoma, a well-known rich Igbo man. He's trended recently. I think he's same guy that tried to cater for the expenses of Ada Jesus hospital bill. Anyway, some hours ago, this man shared pictures of what he surprised his wife with on her birthday. According to him, he surprised her to fulfill a promise made when he was toasting her. In his words, "Happy birthday, sweetest solace. All we have got gave us whatever we have. Manage this Keke that I promised you when I was toasting you. Enjoy, baby, Grace, baby girl." This rich Igbo man was said to have recounted the early days of their affair when things weren't too sweet compared to the current moment. This was why he chose to make his wife happy at all costs. In the passenger seats at the front, sweet solace is clearly engraved on the car. The wife is seen holding her new car keys in the picture. She appears reading the car manual too. Hey, Keke manual. Well, this man has passed across strong message to the audience. First is that if you find yourself in a relationship that's not too financially firm, you don't have to leave the person, because you never can tell what tomorrow holds. There are better days ahead. The man also passed the message of whenever you make a promise, no matter how small it is, fulfill it when you have the means. Well, it also interests you to know that the said man is a philanthropist, owing to the fact that there was a time he trended for helping many poor persons. And now a review of our story. According to what we've heard, our Bakassi Boys has returned, and it appears the police is aware of this. About who invited them, the police said they don't know. Why are they there? They were seen in the streets of Awka in Anambra State. And it's like they are chanting songs warning criminals. Well, let's see what will happen. I had a hint from somebody earlier that the Bakassi Boys are backing the ESN. What? With time, we shall know why they are back and what they have returned to do. But another thing I'm thinking is, since Ebubago refused to work, Anambra might have decided to forge ahead with something else, something more, better. Perhaps Anambra government contacted Bakassi to work with it. And, we also had Awka. The cultism in Awka is not something to be encouraged about, not something to write home about. So I think it's possible Anambra State governor would have invited Bakassi Boys. No. Second story. Reno Omokri says he admires the North for the way they do their things, even though sometimes these things could be selfish. The way the North wants things to be done. For example, we have a constitution, a 1999 constitution that is full of flaws, a constitution that is crafted to favor the North. And that is why other parts of the country, regions of the country are saying, let's restructure. The North doesn't want to hear that. So that Reno Omokri says he likes what the North is doing, he likes how they go about things, doesn't mean they are doing things right. No. But that they hold on to what they believe and they fight for it. That's what he's trying to say. If the South will come out and become so anxious, so serious about what they believe, pursue what they believe like the North. When they say things, they mean it. When the North say things, they mean it. Even though it could be wrong, but they stand by it. They are ready to die for it. He's trying to ginger the southern part of the country to also take such stand. That's what Reno Omokri, I learned from what he's trying to say. Now, on the third story, restructuring. Umahi wants Nigeria restructured in a way they will have, each region will have a vice president. He said for him it will be better. Well, Umahi's, I looked at what Umahi said and I think it is so nice, and it's kind of a devolution of power, and the power will not be so much at the central. And it is fair to say to have several vice presidents from each region. I think that will, we're not just restructuring to make the South better, or there are many things to be restructured. There is this restructuring of the constitution. Some people are asking for a new constitution instead. So, and experts are looking into it. And this is actually for those who want restructuring. There are people who have said the time for restructuring has passed. The best thing is a split, because the northern people are not ready for restructure. Now, even if we want to restructure, there will still be the northern input in that restructuring. So what will be their input? Will they agree with what others are saying? So now when people are saying restructuring, that doesn't mean that the result, the outcome will be so nice as you think. I think the best thing, total overhauling of the whole thing. Yes, total overhauling. Meanwhile, Umahi's input that there should be vice presidents, several vice presidents from the geopolitical regions. It's nice, but for those who still believe in restructuring, we'd like to know what you think, viewers. Now, on the last story we shared here, a man who surprised his wife with Keke. This is a rich man. They were dating. They met when he had nothing, and they were dating. But now he had something. But he still remembered that promise he made to buy Keke for her, and he did it. Is this story also just like never forgetting the day of little beginning? The Bible said it. Remember the days of little beginning. Then it was hard for them. Maybe he couldn't afford the Keke at that time. But now he can afford the Keke, and he still redeemed his pledge. It's also about learning to redeem your pledge. And he used that Keke for a birthday gift. Whatever she does with it, he has redeemed his pledge to her. And I think that was nice. And this particular man who did this is also the man who took care of Ada Jesus hospital bill. Not just Ada Jesus. This man has been helping a lot of people. And I thank him for being generous. Meanwhile, viewers, add your comment. Tell us what you think. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime it drops. Bye for now.